barely the afternoon and I hold on, real time. Have you ever thought of becoming a homemaker but need to know exactly what you're getting into before quitting your 9 to 5? Fear not, today we're going to cover just that. Hi there, Joy here, your friendly neighborhood homemaker. I have been a homemaker for a few years now, and before that, I had quite a few different jobs. So I can say with confidence that there are both pros and cons of being a homemaker. Let's talk about them now. I would like to end on a positive note, so I'm going to start with the cons. Oh, and stick around to the end because I saved a super benefit for last. Con number 1. There's a lot of misconceptions surrounding homemakers. A lot of people think that homemakers are lazy, irrelevant, oppressed, don't contribute to the home, you name it. But I'm here to say that that's not true at all. Homemakers are some of the hardest working people I know. Definitely not lazy. We are chefs, we do nursing, we are drivers, we provide laundry services, we can be referees, counselors, you name it. I once heard a saying that goes, a home without a homemaker is empty. And that is very powerful. So don't let anybody tell you you're lazy or irrelevant. You're a hard worker. You're strong. You matter. You matter so much to God, and you matter to me. As homemakers, gotta stick together. So the next one is lack of support. Since there are so many misconceptions surrounding homemakers, it can be hard to get a support system because a lot of people believe these lies about homemakers. But thank God there are a lot of online communities and groups out there that we can support one another. Don't forget, I'm here for you in the comments section, or you can email me too. My email is linked in the description bar usually. If you need anyone to talk to, I'm here for you. I can definitely understand the judgment regarding homemakers because a lot of people used to be like, why did I leave my prestigious job at the hospital to become a homemaker? But that's not very nice because that's actually super judgmental. But what are you going to do? That's another con of being a homemaker. Okay, and the next con is the never-ending work. I don't know if it's the workaholic in me, but it never ends. From sunup to sundown. I choose to see it as a blessing though, because all these things that we're doing just means that we have a lot of blessings. We have clothes, we have food, we have a family. Thanks be to God. But it is a lot of work, just so you know. If I didn't force myself to take scheduled breaks, I definitely don't know how I would get through the day. So it is super rewarding. But just so you know what you're getting into, especially if you're a mom, because even if you take these scheduled breaks, your children are always around and they need you and they need your attention, which is super nice. But sometimes you just need to recharge. Okay, and the next con is that it can get lonely. Sometimes you don't really have anyone around to talk to. Yeah, you have your children if you have them, but it's not exactly the same. Sometimes you want adult company that you may sometimes get in a work outside the home, but at home there's really nobody there. You can talk to people online though, thank God, when your children are napping and all the things are done during their nap time. But I do find it hard to get to talk to somebody face to face or be texting them back and forth because a lot of time at that moment other people are working outside the home, so you don't really have adults to talk to, you know, unless you have other homemaker friends, you have their phone number and stuff like that. But if you don't, that is another con of being a homemaker. If you're getting value out of this video so far, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And also let me know in the comments what are some other cons of being a homemaker or some misconceptions of homemakers that you have heard. Okay, so let's move on to some pros. Pro number 1, though you are always working, you get to set your own schedule. There's nobody that's going to come and tell you, I need you to do this at this time by this thing or this and that. You have to set your own schedule, but that comes with a caveat because you have to be responsible and disciplined to make sure that everything gets done. Okay, and the next pro is that your home is always kept up. You don't have to come home tired after working outside the home to go ahead and now tidy your home because, you know, we're all homemakers, right? If you ever wash the dish or put some clothes in a hamper or did some laundry or swept something up, you are a homemaker. You're making your home more beautiful. But the stay-at-home homemakers get to do that throughout their day. So you don't have to come home tired and make your home because that's literally your full-time job. You will do it while at work because that's your work, right? So you don't have to come home tired from outside work and do your inside work. So that's another pro of being a homemaker. And the next one is big benefits for the family. If you're a mom, you don't get to miss any of the moments of your children's life. You can be there for all of the special moments, especially if you don't have family around to care for them while you're working outside of home. You get to have peace of mind that your children are in good hands because you have their best interests at heart. You can choose to homeschool, or if they're too young for school, you can still teach them the things that you want them to be learning. It is such a blessing. You can teach them about your faith, or you can teach them practical things such as how to be tidy. Or I have a video about how to get tidy children. I'll link it down below if you're interested. All of those are some big benefits for you and your family. So that's another pro of being a homemaker. Okay, so another benefit of being a full-time homemaker is that you get to save money. You get to save money on childcare, cleaning services. You don't have to get as much takeout, laundry services, gardening, or just yard maintenance in general, transportation, gas. You don't even have to have a second car depending on where you live. So that saves on gas and car insurance. It's such a big benefit and another pro of being a full-time homemaker. And another one is you become more skilled. You become naturally better because you're doing it so often at certain skills such as cooking, cleaning, sewing, laundry skills, patience, and even listening. Those are all skills that you will develop because you need these things to be a better homemaker. As you know, a lot of times children, when they're learning how to talk, it's hard for them to get their little words out. So you have to have a lot of good listening skills, and sometimes children do things that may not exactly be the nicest as they're learning. So you need a lot of patience because they don't deliberately mean to do certain things, or sometimes they are testing limits, but we can't lose patience with them. So these are more skills that you would develop by being a full-time homemaker. Okay, and the final con for this video of being a full-time homemaker is health benefits. There are a lot of health benefits for being a full-time homemaker. You get to cook and consume healthy foods. You get to drink all the water that you want without having to excuse yourself to go to the restroom from your work area in a job outside the home because your restroom is most likely right there. So that's another one. Plus, you always keep moving. Since there's so much work to do, you will keep fit by moving. It's not even the afternoon, and I have a ton of steps. I have exactly, hold on, it's in real time now. Look, you have to see this. 7,907, whatever that number was, steps. Oh my goodness. Like I said, you keep fit. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the pros and cons of being a full-time homemaker. There are a lot more pros, but I wanted to keep it more or less even between pros and cons, and I couldn't think of any more cons. I'm sure there are some though. So if you know of any, go ahead and leave them down in the comments, and I can make a part 2 to this video if you want. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. I have a lot of videos on homemaking, productivity, and positivity. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, to God be the glory. Bye.